Picture this. You've just walked into the bathroom, closed the door, and are finally enjoying a moment of peace. Suddenly, you hear a frantic scratching. A little furry paw reaches under the doorframe, accompanied by a tragic meow that sounds like you've locked them out in the cold. Or maybe your cat simply barges in and stares at you intensely while you're sitting on the toilet. We've all been there, right? It feels like a total invasion of privacy. You might be thinking, why is my cat doing this just to annoy me? Is my fluffy friend secretly broken? Well, think again. Today, we are uncovering the ultimate feline secret. We are going to reveal the hilarious, weird, and surprisingly heartwarming things cats do when they are actually trying to protect you. Yes, you heard that right. Your tiny house panther thinks they are your personal bodyguard. By the end of this video, you'll look at your cat's crazy antics in a completely new light. But before we get into the wild truth, I need to know, what is the name of the furry hooligan currently running your household? Drop their name in the comments below. Before we dive into the specific bodyguard tactics of your feline friend, we need to understand a little bit about how their beautiful, chaotic minds work. You see, even though your cat might spend 16 hours a day sleeping on a plush velvet pillow and eating gourmet salmon pâté, deep down, they are still apex predators. Genetically, they are just a whisker away from their wild ancestors, the fierce desert cats. In the wild, cats are solitary hunters, meaning they have to rely entirely on themselves for survival. But they are also relatively small, which means they are both predators and potential prey for larger animals. This dual nature makes them hyper-vigilant and extremely aware of their surroundings. When a cat adopts you into their territory, you become part of their core family unit. To them, we are essentially giant, clumsy, hairless cats who are terribly bad at hunting and even worse at protecting ourselves. Because they love us, their wild instincts kick in, and they take it upon themselves to keep us safe from the invisible dangers of the modern home. So let's look at the signs that your cat is in full-blown protection mode. Let's kick things off with the classic bathroom invasion we mentioned earlier. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You walk into the bathroom and your cat insists on joining you, sitting right there and staring at you while you handle your business. You might think they are just being nosy or weird. But why does this fluffy tyrant actually do this? In the wild, animals are at their most vulnerable when they are eliminating waste or drinking water. It's the prime time for a larger predator to sneak up on them. Your cat knows this instinctively. By sitting with you in the bathroom, usually facing the door, your cat is actually standing guard. They are watching your back while your pants are down, literally. It's their way of saying, "Don't worry, large hairless baby. I will use my murder mittens on any monster that tries to attack you in here." So, the next time your cat refuses to let you have privacy, don't be annoyed. Thank them for their dedicated service. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling a heavy, warm weight on your chest? You open your eyes and there is your cat, purring loudly, sleeping directly over your heart or sometimes even on your face. While it might feel like a tiny assassination attempt via suffocation, it's actually a profound act of protection. The chest and the neck are the most vulnerable parts of the human body. By placing themselves directly over your vital organs, your cat is acting as a physical shield against potential nighttime predators. Furthermore, your cat is highly attuned to your vital signs. They can hear your heartbeat and feel your breathing. Sleeping on your chest allows them to monitor your health while you are unconscious. If your breathing changes or your heart rate spikes, they are in the perfect position to wake you up immediately. It's an incredibly sweet, if slightly heavy way of saying that they are literally guarding your life while you dream. Let's talk about the gifts. Every cat parent has experienced the horror of waking up to a dead mouse, a mangled bug, or, if you're lucky, a slobbery toy mouse placed gently on your pillow or right next to your shoes. It's gross, right? The common myth is that cats do this because they think we are terrible hunters who are going to starve to death. While there is a tiny bit of truth to that, they do know we can't catch a mouse to save our lives. It's primarily a protective behaviour rooted in pack survival. In the wild, mothers bring dead or injured prey to their kittens to teach them how to eat and to ensure the family stays strong. By bringing you food, your cat is protecting the family's resources. They are ensuring that their favourite giant human stays fed, healthy, and strong enough to continue opening the magical cans of wet food. They are literally providing for you, making sure you don't perish from hunger. Just remember to say thank you before you scream and throw the bug away. You are sitting on the couch watching TV, and suddenly your cat jumps onto the windowsill. They puff up their tail, their ears go flat, and they start making that weird, alien-like chattering sound, or maybe even a low growl. You look outside and see nothing but the neighbour's dog or a random squirrel. You might think your cat is just frustrated that they can't go hunt, but this is actually a highly sophisticated perimeter defence strategy. Your cat considers your entire house and the immediate yard as their personal territory. When they spot an intruder, be it the mailman, a stray cat, or a very aggressive pigeon, they are sounding the alarm. They are warning you that the perimeter has been breached and that a potential threat is nearby. By growling or chattering, they are also trying to intimidate the intruder, letting them know that this house is under the fierce protection of a miniature tiger. They are your personal, furry, and very vocal home security system. Does your cat have a habit of sitting directly on your laptop the second you start typing? Or maybe they jump on the book you're trying to read, completely blocking your view. It is undeniably frustrating, especially when you're on a tight deadline for work. We usually laugh it off and assume they just want attention, or that they like the warmth of the computer. But feline psychologists suggest there is more to it. Cats are incredibly empathetic creatures. They can smell the chemical changes in your body when you are stressed. When you are working hard, staring intently at a screen, your heart rate often goes up, and you emit stress pheromones. Your cat senses this and identifies the laptop or the book as the source of your distress. By placing their body between you and the evil glowing box, they are trying to protect you from the thing that is causing you anxiety. They are forcing you to take a break, pet them, and lower your blood pressure. They are literally saving you from burnout. Ah, the dreaded 3 a.m. zoomies. Every cat owner knows the sound. The sudden, thunderous, galloping down the hallway, the sound of claws drifting on the hardwood floor, the mysterious crashing noise from the kitchen. You wake up groggy, wondering what invisible demon your cat is fighting. We usually joke that they just have too much energy, or that they are possessed. But let's look at the facts. Cats are crepuscular, meaning they are most active at dawn and dusk, which often translates to the middle of the night for our sleep schedules. In their minds, while the whole house is dark and vulnerable, someone needs to patrol the territory. The zoomies are often a high-speed security check. Your cat is racing through the house to ensure no predators have sneaked in while the human pack is asleep. They are checking the corners, clearing the rooms, and making sure the perimeter is secure. So, while it ruins your sleep, those midnight parkour sessions are actually your cat working the night shift as a security guard. Have you ever noticed that your cat follows you everywhere? You go to the kitchen, they are there. You go to the bedroom, they are right behind you. You walk to the laundry room, and there they are, weaving between your legs. It's like having a tiny, furry shadow that occasionally trips you. We usually chalk this up to them wanting food or just being needy. However, this shadowing behaviour is a classic protective instinct. In the wild, keeping the family unit together is crucial for survival. A lone animal is an easy target. By following you from room to room, your cat is ensuring that you don't wander off into danger alone. They are acting as a bodyguard escort, making sure the environment is safe before you settle down. They are keeping a close eye on their most valuable asset, you. If danger were to suddenly appear in the hallway, your faithful shadow is right there, ready to fluff up and defend you. They are taking their escort duties very seriously. Let's talk about a behaviour that is both cute and deeply concerning. When your cat comes up super close to your face and intensely sniffs your breath or your mouth. Sometimes they do this right after you've eaten, but often they do it when you are just sitting there or even sleeping. It feels a bit like a weird dental exam. But why do they do it? Cats have an olfactory system that is 14 times stronger than a human's. They experience the world primarily through smell. When they sniff your breath, they aren't just checking if you had tuna for lunch, they are performing a complex medical scan. Sickness and internal changes alter the chemical composition of your breath. Your cat can literally smell if you are unwell, if your blood sugar is dropping, or if you have an infection. By regularly checking your breath, they are monitoring your health status. If something smells wrong, they want to know immediately so they can adjust their protective behavior. You basically have a living furry doctor. Imagine you have guests over. You open the door, and your friends walk in. What does your cat do? Instead of hiding, they sit perfectly still in the middle of the hallway, their eyes locked in an unblinking, intense death stare, directed right at the newcomers. Your friends might nervously laugh and say, "Wow, your cat hates me." But it's not hatred, it's a threat assessment protocol. Your cat doesn't know these tall, loud strangers. As the self-appointed guardian of the house, it is their job to evaluate the danger level of any new entity entering the territory. That intense stare is your cat watching for any sudden movements, signs of aggression, or hidden weapons, like a scary vacuum cleaner. They are placing themselves between you and the potential threat, ready to react if the guests make a wrong move. Once the guests sit down and prove they aren't dangerous, the cat might finally relax. But until then, they are the bouncer at the club, keeping you perfectly safe. Where does your cat sleep at night? If they don't sleep in the bed with you, you might find them sleeping right in the doorway of your bedroom or at the very foot of the stairs. You might accidentally step on them in the dark, which leads to drama. But why do they choose the hard floor in the doorway instead of a soft pillow? This is a highly strategic military maneuver. By sleeping in the doorway, your cat is positioning themselves at the only entry and exit point of the room. They are creating a physical blockade. If a predator, an intruder, or even a very scary ghost tries to enter your bedroom while you are defenseless and asleep, they have to go through the cat first. Your cat has essentially set up a defensive outpost. They are willing to take the first hit to give you time to wake up and escape. It's a beautifully brave gesture that proves your cat values your life and safety above their own comfort. Just try to remember, they are there before you walk to the bathroom at night. We all love it when our cats come up and aggressively rub their cheeks or their forehead against our legs, hands, or faces. This behaviour is called bunting. It feels like they are giving us tiny kisses and showing affection, which is absolutely true. But there is a hidden protective motive behind those sweet headbutts. Cats have scent glands located on their cheeks, forehead, and chin. When they rub against you, they are depositing their unique pheromones all over your body. To us, it smells like nothing. But to any other animal in the neighbourhood, you are now glowing with a neon sign that says, "This human is claimed by a fierce predator." By covering you in their scent, your cat is marking you as their exclusive property and warning other predators to stay away. They are giving you an invisible shield of scent armour. It's their way of telling the world, "Back off. This is my human, and they are under my strict protection." Has your cat ever yelled at you for sneezing? You let out a loud sneeze, and from across the room, your cat immediately responds with a sharp meow, a chirp, or sometimes they even run over to you, looking deeply concerned. It's almost like they are saying, "Bless you," in cat language. But why do they care about your bodily functions? A loud sneeze is a sudden, explosive noise that isn't normal. To a hyper-vigilant cat, an unexpected loud noise means danger. Furthermore, in the wild, coughing or sneezing can be a sign of illness or choking. When you sneeze, your cat's protective instincts flare up. They meow to check on you, essentially asking, "Hey, are you okay? Are you choking? Is there an invisible enemy attacking your face?" If they run over to you, they are coming to investigate the crisis and offer assistance. They are genuinely worried about your sudden outburst and want to make sure their favourite giant isn't malfunctioning. Now let's address the elephant in the room. The infamous ankle attacks in the dark. You are walking down the hallway at night, minding your own business, when suddenly, bam! A furry ninja leaps from behind the couch, wraps their paws around your calf, gives a light bite, and then sprints away. It feels like an unprovoked ambush. Why would a protector attack the person they are supposed to protect? Feline behaviourists believe this is actually a form of tough love training. In the wild, cats constantly play fight with their family members to keep their hunting and defense reflexes sharp. By ambushing you, your cat is testing your awareness and your reflexes. They are basically running a drill to see how prepared you are for a real attack. When you scream and drop your glass of water, they are probably thinking, pathetic, you would never survive in the jungle. They are trying to train you to be as alert and fast as they are. Do you ever feel like your cat is trying to trip you on purpose? You are walking towards the front door to leave for work, and suddenly your cat is weaving aggressively between your legs in a figure-8 pattern. You have to do a weird, awkward dance just to avoid stepping on them. While it seems like a plot to break your ankles, this is actually a known herding behaviour. Cats will often use their bodies to block your path or guide you in a different direction. If you are heading towards the front door, which leads to the scary, unpredictable outside world, your cat might try to herd you back into the safety of the living room. They are putting their body on the line to physically stop you from walking into potential danger. Of course, sometimes they are just herding you toward the food bowl because it's empty, but the instinct is the same. They are using their physical presence to control your movements and keep the pack together in a safe zone. This one is especially true for families with a new baby or small children. When a new baby arrives, the cat is often initially cautious, but soon you might notice the cat sleeping right next to the crib, under the baby's chair, or watching intensely when new people come to hold the baby. If the baby cries, the cat might come running, looking distressed. Why the sudden interest in the loud, tiny human? Cats recognize babies as the most vulnerable members of their pack. Their protective instincts go into overdrive around infants. They understand that the baby cannot defend itself. By sleeping near the baby, the cat is taking the first watch. They are guarding the weakest link in the family chain. If a stranger approaches the baby, the cat is there to supervise and ensure no harm comes to the tiny human. It's a beautiful display of interspecies family bonds, proving that your cat sees your offspring as kittens that need fierce protection. Have you ever poured yourself a glass of water, turned your back for 1 second, and turned back to find your cat dipping their paw into it and licking it? Or maybe they insist on sniffing every single piece of food on your plate before you are allowed to eat it. We usually scold them for having bad table manners. But what if they are actually acting as your royal taster? In historical times, kings and queens had food tasters to ensure their meals weren't poisoned. Your cat is doing exactly the same thing. By smelling or tasting your food and water first, they are investigating it for toxins or rot. If the food smells off or dangerous to their highly sensitive noses, they might try to bury it with imaginary dirt right there on the table. They aren't trying to steal your dinner. They are performing a quality assurance check to ensure that you don't accidentally poison yourself. They are willing to risk a tummy ache just to keep you safe. Let's dive a little deeper into the concept of resource guarding. Sometimes you might notice your cat sitting aggressively on top of your favourite sweater, your purse, or your shoes, and they refuse to move. If you try to take the item, you might get a little swat or a grumpy meow. You think they are just being stubborn, but actually, things that smell strongly of you, like your shoes or clothes, are incredibly valuable to your cat. In the animal kingdom, scent is identity. By guarding your belongings, your cat is protecting your essence. They are making sure no other animal can come and steal your scent or claim your belongings. They are guarding your resources. When they sleep on your dirty laundry, they are surrounding themselves with your protective aura while simultaneously guarding your stuff from imaginary thieves. They are the fiercest, fluffiest dragons hoarding a pile of your dirty socks. Have you ever been having a heated argument with a family member or a partner? Voices are getting loud, tensions are high, and suddenly the cat intervenes? They might jump right between you two, start meowing loudly, or even lightly nip at the person who is yelling the loudest. It's a crazy phenomenon. People often think the cat is just annoyed by the noise, but in reality, your cat is acting as a peacekeeper. Cats despise conflict within their territory because conflict brings physical danger and chaos. When you are arguing, the energy in the room shifts to aggressive. Your cat recognizes this aggression and steps in to break the tension. By jumping between you, they are literally putting themselves in the line of fire to stop a potential physical fight. They are trying to de-escalate the situation and protect you from harm. They are the ultimate non-biased furry therapists, demanding that everyone chill out and pet them instead of fighting. Do you have a cat that insists on grooming you? Maybe they lick your arm, your face, or try to aggressively chew on and groom your hair. Their tongue feels like sandpaper, and it's not exactly a pleasant spa experience. You might think they just like the taste of your salty skin or your shampoo, but grooming is a deeply ingrained survival and bonding mechanism. In a colony, cats groom each other to remove dirt, parasites, and most importantly, foreign odours. If you come home smelling like the outside world, or worse, like another animal, your cat needs to fix that immediately. By licking you, they are cleaning you up and removing scents that could attract predators. They are making sure you blend perfectly into the safe smell of the home territory. They are basically saying, you went outside and got filthy with dangerous smells. Let me wash you so the coyotes don't find you. It's a painful but loving act of hygiene-based protection. Finally, we have the most subtle yet most beautiful sign of protection, the slow blink. You are sitting on the couch and your cat looks at you from across the room. They hold eye contact and then very slowly they close their eyes, keep them closed for a second, and slowly open them again. In the feline world, direct, unblinking eye contact is a sign of aggression, dominance, and an impending attack. It means, I am hunting you. By purposefully closing their eyes in your presence, your cat is performing the ultimate act of vulnerability. They are telling you, I know you are not a threat to me, and I am not a threat to you. But it's also a protective signal for the environment. By slow blinking, they are broadcasting a vibe of total safety. They are communicating to you that they have scanned the room, the perimeter is secure, and it is safe to relax. It's their way of saying, all clear, boss. I've got the watch, you can rest now. It is the purest sign of trust and protection in the animal kingdom. And there you have it, friends. 20 undeniable, scientifically backed, and slightly hilarious proofs that your cat is actually a highly trained, undercover bodyguard. So, the next time your furry tyrant trips you on the stairs, yells at you for sneezing, or watches you aggressively while you're on the toilet, remember? They aren't doing it to drive you crazy. Now you know exactly what is going on in that mysterious, fluffy head. They are doing it because they love you. They view you as their big, hairless family member. And they have sworn a blood oath to protect you from the invisible dangers of the living room. Despite all the scratches, the midnight wake-up calls, and the weird dead bugs in our shoes, we wouldn't trade their fierce love for the world. If this video made you appreciate your tiny home security system a little bit more, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with another cat parent who needs to know the truth. Now I have to ask, what is the absolute weirdest or funniest thing your cat does to protect you? Tell us your stories in the comments below, and let's see whose cat is the ultimate bodyguard.